Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd, as well as my friends over at yarnspirations.com. I'm your host Mikey. Today we're going to do the scalloped edge crochet baskets, available in 2 different sizes. These are really quite easy and fabulous. Let's begin, and I'm going to show you one size, and you can adapt this video to make the other size if you wish. Let's look at this pattern in more detail. This video has sound alerts added. When you hear this sound, it will be your signal that the segment is finishing up. Press stop and crochet the instructions, and then press play again to continue along in your project. So here's the pattern, and let's look at it in a little more detail. We have a fuchsia color and a yellow. These represent the sizes that are used in today's pattern. You'll notice that you'll need 2 balls here of Lily Sugar and Cream if you're doing the small, and the medium size we are going to be doing 3 balls if you wish. So whenever there's an information change between the two, you'll notice that it's highlighted within the pattern. So let's flip this pattern to the next page, as you see here, and you will notice that this reddening of color appears. So let me show you a little bit of that and zoom in the camera now. So in instructions, when we have different sizes, you'll notice that you'll see the 2 colors appear. So it says if you're doing the small size, it says in each of the next 9, but if you're doing the medium size, you'll forget the 9 and just go to 13. So whenever there's a size difference or instruction difference, you'll notice that it's highlighted in a different color, just like you see. So there's not too many different sizes available here, and so then this instruction becomes quite simple and easy to be able to follow. So let's take a look at the prototype that I'm working on, and then I'm going to show you how to get started. Go up the side and then do the scallops at the top. So here's what the basket looks like. I've not done the scallops at the top, and I'm doing this prototype off camera so I understood the pattern. So you're going to notice you'll have a nice flat surface, and then we're going to transition and then start the fancy footwork that happens up the sides. Nothing is complicated within today's pattern, and then you're just going to take a tape measure and measure to the top and then do your scallops from that point. So in today's tutorial I'm going to show you the small version, which is this version, and you just have to adapt in order to follow the other size if you wish, and I'll explain as we go. So we're going to go in a continuous revolutions just like you see, and then you just slip stitch and move up to the next round, and so on, and then we get to the edge, and then we start then building up the side. Really a very easy pattern. So today you're going to need a 3.5mm size crochet hook, and in US that's size E/4, and that's what you're going to need today, and let's begin. So let's begin. Both sizes start off the same way. We're just going to start with a slip knot to begin, and just start, and we're going to insert our hook. It's a 3.5mm size E crochet hook today. So now we're just going to simply just chain 2. So 1 and 2. So it's a small hook, so it's going to be nice and tight for your basket. So let's begin round number 1. In the first chain, okay, not the last one, but in the first one, so the second chain from the hook, you're going to put in 6 single crochets into that same one. So just going into that one and just going in and single crochet and do that total of 6 times. So 1 and go into the same one again, 2. It gets easier to hold as it gets bigger. This is 3. And 4, 5. Whoops, maybe I should actually do 5. Come in, and again it does get easier when it gets bigger to hold it. So this is 6. So once you have your 6 in, all you're just going to do is just slip stitch to the top of the first one. If you're unsure, just count back the stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's right there. So if you're not sure, just count backward, and if you can totally see it, then just do that as well, and just join with the slip stitch, and let's move on to round number 2. So round number 2, both sizes again, you're going to chain up 1, and then into the first stitch you're going to put in 2 single crochets, and you know what? Every stitch is going to get 2 single crochets this time. So that was 2 into that one. Go into the next stitch available to you and push in 2 single crochets, and do that with each stitch all the way around. I'll see you at the beginning of this round. Okay, once you get all the way back around, you're gonna look like you're having a stitch here. It's not a stitch, it's part of the first one. If you're unsure, you can just count back, and you'll see that there's 12 single crochets, and just join it to the top of the first one, and see it looks like this is a stitch, but it's not. So when you go to put it into the proper one for the slip stitch to bring it together, you'll notice that it completely closes off, so you know that you were right. So let's begin round number 3. So for both sizes, again, the way I'm going to do the rest of the tutorial is that I'm going to show you the repeat right off the bat, and then I'll meet you at the end of each round. So let's begin round number 3. You're going to chain up 1, and in the first one, right where you've joined it with the slip stitch, you're going to put in 2 single crochets. So 1 and 2, and in the next one it's just going to be 1 single crochet. So the repeat pattern then is 2 into the next one, so 1, and 2, and then 1 into the next one. So the repeat pattern is 2 into the next one and then 1, 2 in the next one and then 1. Please do that all the way around. So I'm coming up all the way back around. The last one is just 1 into the single one, and then you just join it to the top of the first. So that 1 in the last one is just a matter of keeping it in balance, so there's no fancy footwork required to get that 1. So let's move on to round number 4. So round number 4, here's the repeat. You're gonna chain up 1 to begin, and then there's gonna be 2 into the first one. So 1 and 2, and now the next 2 are by themselves, so just go into the next one. So 1 single crochet, then go into the next one, 1 single crochet, and here's the repeat all over again. So 2 into the next one, so 1 and 2, and then the next 2 that you have, just put in 1 in each. Please do that all the way around. So coming up all the way around, you should end up that the 2 are by themselves before you ended this round, and then you just join to the top of the beginning. And let's begin round number 5. Round number 5, chain up 1, and here's the repeat pattern. It's gonna be 2 into the first one, so 1 and 2, and then the next 3 are going to be by themselves, so just put 3 in a row. So 1, 2 and 3. So the repeat pattern is 2 into the next one, so 1 and 2, and then the next 3 are by themselves. Please do that all the way around for round number 5. Finishing up round number 5, the 3 that were by themselves should be the last ones, and then you just join to the top of the first one. So round number 6, again same for both. Here's the repeat pattern. Chain up 1, and there'll be 2 into the first one as always. So 1 and 2, and then the next 4 are 1 single crochet in each. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. And the repeat pattern once again is 2 into the next one. So 1 and 2, and then the next 4 by themselves. So 1, 2, 3 and 4, and continue to do the same repeat pattern all the way around for round number 6. So let's finish up with row number 6. The last 4 will be by themselves, and then you just join to the top for a slip stitch. The instructions are now going to take a little bit of a detour, and I'm going to take you back to the instructions now, because now you have to continue in an even manner, and I will show you what that means. So we've just completed round number 6, and it says continue in this manner, increasing 6 single crochets evenly around for each round for 4 or 8 more rounds, and it gives you 60 or 84. So what you have here is that it's telling you to increase. So when we did round number 6, it said chain 1, 2 single crochets in the same, and then it said 1 single crochet in the next 4. So if you want to continue to increase, then if we go to round number 7, so I put round number 6 here, which you've already done, and round number 7 for the next one would be 42 stitches, and that will be like put in 2 single crochets in the first one, and then 5 single crochets in a row, and then number 8 it would be 48 stitches all the way around. So then it will be 2 into the first one, then 6 single crochets in a row, and you continue. So do a freeze frame right now if you would like to follow this information. It does tell you that you're increasing for the amount of rounds, but sometimes it's easier just to write it down and have it. So freeze frame now if you wish, and then continue. So if you're doing the small, you're gonna stop after round number 10, and you'll have your 60 stitches, and there will be 8 single crochets in a row. So 2 in the first, and then 8 single crochets, 2 and then 8. And then if you're continuing on to do the bigger size, then what you're gonna have is that you'll continue to number 11, 12, 13 and 14 gives you your 84, and there will be 12 single crochets in a row at that particular point. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna speed ahead, I'm gonna get myself bigger, and then I'll show you what to do from that point. So both of them have to either be this size or that, and then we continue to the next round. So I'm back, and now I've just finished it to round number 10, which is giving me the 60 stitches, which is the small size, which was 2 single crochets in the first, and then 8, and then 2, and then 8. So if you're going on to the larger size, just keep on going, and then continue then from this point, and we're gonna then continue along in the pattern to grow up the size. So make sure that you're just getting to where you need to be at this point, and then we'll grow up the sides together. So let's begin, and all sizes now, the small and medium, are going to go from this point. So if it's the bigger size, this will be slightly bigger, and etc. So in order to do the next round, we're going to chain up 1, and then we're just going to go 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way around. So please do this for both sizes. So 1 single crochet in each all the way around. So once you're all the way back around, just join it with the slip stitch to begin. Now we're going to begin the next round, which is different for both the small and the medium. So what we're gonna do then is that we're going to chain up 2 and we're gonna play in the back loop only. So if you're new to crochet, then what happens in this thing is that you're going to just go into the loop that's in behind. So both loops are considered a stitch, but the back loop, okay, the furthest one away from you is the back loop, and you're gonna put in 2 single crochets. So please do that for both sizes. So what we're going to do for the small size, you're gonna do 9 single crochets in the back loop only, and then 2. And then for the medium size, if you're doing that, you're gonna do 13 single crochets in the back loop and then 2. And you continue to repeat that same idea. So 2 and 9 if you're doing the small, so 2 and 9, 2 and 9. And if you're doing the medium size, it'll be 2 and 13. So I'm just going to start and I'm just doing the small size. So in the back loop only, this creates a crease so that the basket can have a base. So this will be number 2, and it creates a defined line and a fold in the material. So this is number 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So this is a small size. So if you're doing the medium, then go to 13, and then the next one is just gonna be 2, and in the medium size it would just be 2 into the next one if it was after 13. So you'll see that a defined line then will start appearing, and you continue that same repeat pattern all the way around. Continue, and I'll see you at the end of this round. So when you get all the way around, then just slip stitch it to the top of the first beginning single crochet. So you'll notice that when you get this done, you'll see that there's a complete line that has here, and you'll notice that it will easily bend as this creates a fold in the fabric. So what we're going to do then is move up to the next round. It's both the same for both sizes. You're gonna chain up 3. So 1, 2, 3, and you're gonna go back to the regular stitches itself. So this counts as a double crochet, so move to the next one and you're going to go into both loops. So it's just regular stitch, and you're gonna double crochet 1 double crochet into each stitch going all the way around. So it doesn't matter which size you're working on right now, 1 double crochet into each, and I'll see you at the end of this round. So as you come all the way back around, you're just gonna double crochet and then just slip stitch to the top of the first double crochet that you started with. So now you can see the definite bend in the basket just like you see. The next 2 rows are gonna be repeating itself until you get to the very top of your basket, and let's begin to review what those are. So let's move on to the next round, and this is gonna be one of 2 rounds that we have to continually repeat. So we're now going to begin, and it says chain 2 does not count as a stitch, it's a builder. So we're gonna chain 2. So 1 and 2, and in the very first stitch what we're going to do right in the double crochet, you're going to do a half double crochet. Okay, so you're just gonna do a half coming in there. So don't mistake this as being 2 stitches. The chain 2 doesn't count as anything. So now all you're just gonna do is that you're gonna do a double crochet front post into the very next one that's available to you, and you're gonna wrap the hook and go in through the side and out the other side and pull through, and you're just gonna double crochet the rest of that through. So you're just going around the post to make it come forward. The next one will be half double crochet right into the stitch, and then the next one is going to be a front post double crochet. So just look at it that you've got one here, you're not doing this one, and you're doing the next, and it's like that all the way around. So every other one is a front post double crochet. Okay, so the next one here is a half double. Okay, and then the next one is a front post double crochet. So you're just gonna do that all the way around in this round, and everything will be in balance no matter what size that you're working on, and you just continue that. So this is round number 1 of 2 that you have to continually repeat. So please do that all the way around. So as I come all the way back around, you can see that I have 1 stitch left. Here's the trick when you finish this round. The first one is a half double crochet in the first one. This chain 2 does not count, remember? So this means that this last one has to be a front post double crochet if you're going opposite to each other. So front post double crochet, half double crochet, front post double crochet, half double crochet. So if something is wrong, this last stitch will not be a front post double crochet. Then you just join it to the top of the first half double crochet, not the chain 2. Okay, so this is a really interesting pattern to be able to follow. It's not hard to follow at all. Just keep in mind of those tricks. So what's the difference in round number 1 and 2 of the repeat pattern? The difference is that where it's half double crochet this time will be a front post double crochet next time. So you can see that it will bounce in and out of each other. So let me just reach over and get the sample. So when you look at it from this particular point of view, you can see the front post is jumping out and then it sinks back in right beside it. But if you look at the next one, the front post is jumping out and then sinks. So you see it's working opposite to each other to produce this look. So let's move on to round number 2. So we're going to move up to round number 2. We're gonna chain up 2, 1 and 2, and right where we've done the half double crochet in the row below, so ignore this chain 2, is gonna be a front post double crochet. So just wrap that hook and go right into the half double crochet and make it a front post double crochet this time. And where it's in the post last time is gonna be a half double crochet just regularly this time. Okay, so you can see the difference of the stitches. So just making it opposite to each other. So this one is a front post double crochet, the next one is a half and a front post double crochet. If I actually did the stitch right. And the next one's half. Okay, so that's what's gonna happen here if I can only just get my hands to work. And it's actually pretty easy, just gonna follow that around. So as you do this now, round number 1 and 2 are gonna continue to repeat each other. So you're gonna go back to doing what you did in round number 1, and remember you chained up 2, half double crochet in the first one, and then front post double crochet and half double. And this one that you're doing here, you chain up 2, front post double crochet first, then half, and then you'll have it completely opposite to each other. So I'm gonna leave the rest of this. Let's talk about the height that we need to go. So right where you did a bend in the fabric is where you need to measure. So from here all the way up. So in the small size it should be 5 inches, and for the larger size, the medium size, it's 6.5 inches. So you're gonna measure right where you see this line going upward, and if you want it taller or smaller, it's up to you. That's your business. So my one off camera here is 5 inches. So I've got that now done, and now I'm gonna show how to do the scallop in the next part of this tutorial. So I'm just gonna finish off this prototype. For those ready to move on, you're gonna have your distance up here. So for myself it was 5 inches up. For this is a small, and if you're doing the large size then it would be 6.5 inches, and if you wanted something completely different for even taller or smaller, that was completely up to you. It's gonna work out either way as long as your math was done right as far as your rounds for the small and medium. So for those that would like to move on, here we go. Here's the final round of your scallop edging, which gives you the final look. You're going to chain up 1, and you're going to slip stitch into the first one that you did the join with, just going in. So slip stitch it, and then you're just going to skip over a total of 2 stitches. So just skip over. So I'm just looking at where I am here on the pattern, and I'm gonna skip over, so 1 and 2, and go to the third one over, and I want you to put in 5 double crochets. So just 1 and 2, so it's giving a little bit of bump at the top, and 3 and 4 and 5. Then what you're gonna do then is continue along. So skip the next 2 stitches, so 1 and 2, go to the third and do a slip stitch, and then skip 2 stitches, 1 and 2, and go to the third and put in 5 more double crochets. And you're gonna do that all the way around, as it's not a big deal to finish this off nicely at the top. So once you get all the way around, you're just going to join it with a slip stitch to the very beginning of where you started, and then that's it. Your project is done, and it's awesome. So you got your 5 in, skip 2, slip stitch into the next, skip 2, and then 5 into the next 5 double crochets. So please do that all the way around, and that's how you do this particular basket. It's really quite easy, and then you'll have a nice finished look, and it's awesome. So let me just back out the camera here, and this is it for today. And just fasten off once, and just slip stitch to the beginning when you get there, fasten off, and just weave in any tails that you may have, and then you can just shape it. So let me just pick it up here and shape it. You can insert a flower basket into there. You can use it for storage, all that jazz, and it's really quite wonderful. And you'll notice that it's a bit rigid because you have used your Lily Sugar and Cream as well. So until next time, I'm Mikey on behalf of the Yarnspirations as well as the CrochetCrowd.com. Stay tuned next time as we explore more fruit patterns again in the future. We'll see you again real soon. Bye bye.